This is the Flavor of Leadership podcast. I am your host, Clint Hoops. Together, we explore the unique blend of leadership wisdom that helps top leaders consistently achieve work goals, develop personally, and find fulfillment with family. Let's get started. This is episode number 50. I have been waiting a little while to be able to say that, and I'm very excited to have you join us on our 50th episode. I truly can't believe how quickly time has went and that we're already on 50. Can't wait until we're sharing the same sentiment once again at episode 100 and 150 and beyond. We really are just getting started. So thank you for joining us. If this is your first episode with us, or if you've listened to all 50, please take the time to share the show with a friend if you felt like it's helped you at all. Or go over to iTunes, leave a review. That also helps people find the show. But thank you for being with us. Another very exciting update that I am pleased to share is that for the first time today, I am opening up a few slots of my time for my one-on-one executive coaching service that is directly with me. I don't know if I have mentioned this on the show before, but I personally have coaches for my business and my personal life. And I've had several executive coaches that have helped me improve my leadership and see myself more clearly in all parts of my life. It has helped transform me in ways that are tough to describe, but they have made all the difference in my life and my leadership. So in my leadership, getting an executive coach sooner is one of the things that I wish I had done earlier on. It has made such an impact on me that I want to do the same for some of you. I was intimidated originally by some of the unknown, and I wish I had asked some of my questions earlier on. If I had, I likely would have had a coach earlier on as well. So today, I'm going to answer some of those questions that I had in the past for you. With the introduction of this service, it really does seem fitting to go through some of these questions and also take some time to talk about coaching a little bit more in depth, because there are some misconceptions around the topic of executive coaching and also some misconceptions around the topic of honestly just coaching with your own teams. And coaching really is one of the ways that we can have a tremendous impact on our own teams and their jobs and their lives as well. So let's get to it today. We'll have some more details at the end about my coaching service. But to get started, let's talk about coaches first off. And it is difficult to have a discussion about coaches without going into sports. So in sports, the right coach can make all the difference for a team and for the individual growth of the team members. I was thinking about some of the sports coaches that I've had over the years in my life. So growing up, having different sports coaches from little league to high school sports and beyond, they made such a difference on our team and on myself and my own growth. I learned something different from each coach that I had. And remember some of the things I've learned from coaches, even in my early years. They made a huge impact on me. And my overall growth in each sport was so much stronger with having the coach's critique and encouragement. They were able to help me in ways that other people in my life couldn't. And so also other parts of my life, I've had coaches as well. I've had times with music teachers. I play the piano. I think I mentioned that in previous episodes. Love the piano and have played that for many years and had many music teachers that truly were great coaches to me, things that I learned and people that helped me improve in ways that I could have never done on my own. Any area in life where you want to improve and have extraordinary growth, a coach can accelerate that growth and the impact that we have on our work. As we talk about coaches, we all can understand it from terms of sports. And I gave the example of music and some of the different teachers that can help you and help lead you along to help you improve in certain ways. But there is quite a bit of misunderstanding around what an executive coach is and truly what they can do for you as a leader. So let me first start by telling you what an executive coach is not, right? And these are some of the things that I had some of the misconceptions with, because I had thought that a coach was going to be a little bit different. I thought, well, I'm not weak. I don't need somebody to help me with this. I have other people. I've learned I can figure this out. I'm a big boy, right? And that's one of the places where I was mistaken. It is not for people that have problems, right? There's air quotes with that, right? Who have problems with their leadership, because you can be a very successful leader and be able to accelerate your performance and do even better if you have someone helping, right? So what a coach is not. A coach is not someone that helps you, that basically solves all your problems for you, right? They're not someone that's just going to come in and tell you exactly what to do and put all of their own ideas with you. They're there to help direct people, but not to go straight to all of their own ideas and their thoughts. It's to help lead discussions with people and to help them discover their best self. So they're not there just to give a bunch of critiques and talk a lot, right? They're not there just to be an accountability partner per se, right? To hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do. It's not necessarily that either. They're not therapy sessions, right? Where you're just going to go and get therapy and share your personal feelings, right? That's another misconception. However, after a relationship is developed with your coach, the discussions may get deeper if you're comfortable with it. And you can go through and talk about more of your leadership and your leadership style and how you work with people and your feelings on things. Like, it can get to that point, but it's not the only point of coaching. So these are some of the things that executive coaching is not. And really, it's also some of the things that you need to be careful with when you're coaching your own people and your own teams. It really is all about listening first. So listen to your people. Avoid trying to solve all their problems for them or directing them into exactly the way you would do something. They're not you. That's why it's called coaching and not telling or dictating. It is coaching for a reason. And so your people need you as a leader to be a great coach. And some of the best ways that you can learn to be a great coach is by having a great coach yourselves. So great leaders in my past have made such a difference to me. I've had great leaders that have helped me by listening fully and helping me solve my problems within my role and helping me improve individually and also helped our team grow in a big way. And so I've been so grateful for those leaders in my past. And my executive coaches have helped me in similar ways with their listening ears. And I have been helped in ways that I never anticipated when I first committed to executive coaching. I felt like I needed it. I felt like I needed something different. I felt I was stagnating somewhat in my growth as a leader. And I had great people around me that were helping give good advice, but sometimes it felt like maybe they were just a little too close to me. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more as we go through two of really some of the main benefits that I see with executive coaching that I have received. And really those two things that were so big for me was perspective and acceleration. Perspective and acceleration. So let's talk about perspective first. So having a great coach that can provide perspective for you can make all the difference. So let's go back to sports for a minute. Looking back on my sports days, I had very experienced family and friends around me, people that had been there, done that in so many of the sports and the different experiences that I had. And they had the expertise to help and help me improve in those sports. But honestly, it was hard to receive feedback from some of those people that were closest to me, some of those family and friends. It was hard to receive the feedback I needed from those people. And it was hard to not feel like I was being judged by those that I cared most about. I just kind of felt self-conscious sometimes. And so it made it difficult. So maybe that was a prideful thing or a tough thing on my part that I needed to improve on. But I believe that there are others out there that had that same feeling. And so for me, I felt like having my coach be able to help give me some of those critiques and help. I found like I was more receptive at times. And I was just more open to their perspective and help. So perhaps you're different, but this is something that was difficult for me. So the same thing has happened at work at times where I felt very supported by my leaders. But I still felt that I needed someone else that I trusted. And someone that I could just be totally open with. I could have my guard down 100%, not feeling like I had to have any kind of front, right? Someone who wasn't writing my paycheck, so to speak. And I knew that they truly had no ulterior motives. Not at all. Even as innocent as some of the ulterior motives might be with people I worked with, because they only wanted me to be better, but they also had some skin in the game that way as well. So having someone outside with a different perspective helped me and helped me be able to open up and to be able to improve and see things and gain a perspective that I only could gain from my coaches in situations where I needed to improve my leadership, or we encountered something in the business that I had never seen and my coach had, or they had experience in something similar that they could share and help to walk me through a situation and help me discover the solution for myself because of some of their experience and some of their outside point of view. So that was perspective. Second is acceleration. So this is one of the real reasons that I decided to invest in executive coaching. I knew that becoming a great leader was going to be a lifetime endeavor. Right? It's going to take me my entire life trying to continually improve. So I needed all the help I could get to accelerate the process now. And so having someone to work with on developing and executing my improvement in leadership and also my personal goals and leadership goals, those are things that made all the difference to me. They helped me decide what was most important to me. I thought I knew what my top priorities were. And I had them listed out for work and for family, but I had never listed them all together. My coach helped me work through those things for myself to determine what truly was what I wanted to do. Who do I want to be? What kind of leader do I want to be? What traits do I want to develop in myself? And they helped me discover those things. They helped me find blind spots that were in my life and in my leadership. And they helped me find those more quickly than I could have done on my own. And honestly, before they became major problems at my work or at home. And so having that outside perspective truly accelerated my personal growth and put me on a path to where I could be a better leader for my people and a better father and spouse at home. So this is what I can do for you. I can help provide some perspective and some acceleration and help you work through any current challenges or current things that you're working through as a leader. I have been where you are now and know many of the struggles that you face daily. I've led small teams and small operations with just a handful of people, all the way up to over 150 people and large management teams. So I know some of the things you might be feeling. And I know that often you can feel alone depending on where you're at. If you're the owner or the CEO or the top leader in the organization, or you're in a small team where there's really no one else to be able to bounce things off of, or another leader to help check in with you and make sure you're okay. Those are things I can help with because I've been there. I felt that same way. And my coaches have helped me work through those things. You might be thinking, is it normal to feel the way I do? Perhaps you're thinking, man, I'm burned out. I truly have no balance between work and home, and I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. The worst part is I don't have anybody to talk to that understands where I'm at, or even have any hope that I can reach and achieve any sort of balance, and I don't have anybody to talk to that can help me achieve that. And so when you achieve those things in your life, you can then do the same for your people and the people you lead. And so you can be so much more effective at work. And that's where I can help you. Because I remember thinking, well, I can do this for myself. That's why I didn't do a coach originally. I can do these things for myself. And I tried. And I got through some things. But truly, the perspective and acceleration are two things I couldn't control without the help. So if you are in a lonely place, or if you're someone that's already having success but just wants to accelerate, we can work through those things with you. So if you feel like you need a consistent listening and understanding ear, and someone who can help guide you through some of the difficult decisions that you face, and to help find a better way to be a better leader at work and also better at home, I can be that trusted person for you to help you zone in on what is most important to you personally and also in your work, so that you can have this accelerated improvement in all areas of your lives. Like I said, I am opening up a few time slots for this executive coaching opportunity with me. So please reach out via email if you are interested in learning more. We can set up a chance to speak and see if my one-on-one coaching program is for you. Or maybe you have a friend that is struggling, or perhaps is a high achiever that is motivated and wants to accelerate their performance. Please share this opportunity with them. My email, once again, is clint@flavorofleadership.com. That's CLINT@flavorofleadership.com. Thanks for joining us today. Until next week. Thanks for joining me on this week's episode of the Flavor of Leadership podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast player. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback for us, you can reach me directly at flavorofleadership.com. Thanks for listening.